Hello student. Today we will do the problems of exercise 4.2. Your questions are using properties of determinant. Show that I have started from question number 8.1. Your first question is your first row 1a square, second row 1b square, third row 1c square. You have to show it that this is equal to a minus b minus c and c minus a. Now you see here obviously we have to proceed from the left hand side, because you have left hand side you have a determinant, on the right hand side you have an algebraic expression. So obviously it is difficult for us to get from the right hand side, it is difficult to get the left hand side, so we will proceed from the left hand side. Okay, so let us first write down your left hand side. Your left hand side is 1 1 1 a b c, a square b square c square. Okay, so hope you remember the properties. Your properties are, first property is, if you interchange the rows and columns, the values of the determinant remain unchanged. Your second property is, if you interchange any two rows or columns, the value of the determinant remains as it is, but the sign will be changed. That is your second property. Third property is, if you have any two rows or columns are identical, then the value of the determinant is equal to 0. Fourth one is, if you have a common element in any row or column, you can take that common out of the determinant. And the fifth one, if you have any row or column is expressed as a sum of two or more than two determinant, then it can be expressed as a sum of two or more than two determinant. And the sixth property, it is possible to express any row or column in the form, suppose you are taking a particular row or column, you multiply another row or column by a non-zero constant and then you add with the corresponding elements. The value of the new determinant and the value of the original determinant remains as it is. So these are your properties. And as I told you earlier, your main aim is to get the maximum number of zeros when you use the properties. Okay. So here you see in this question, you have similarity in the columns. Your first column is 1, 1, 1. Second column A, B, C. Third column A square, B square, C square. You always see your right hand side. You have to get A minus B, B minus C and C minus A. Now you see the properties one by one. Actually there is no particular rule that which property you have to use first. That there is no particular rule like that. So if you see here one by one, you just check it whether it will help you or not, any property will help you or not, and then you apply it. And remember your aim is to get the maximum numbers of zeros and to get this expression in this particular question. So suppose I have seen here that is it helpful if I interchange the rows or columns? That means if I write down this row as the column, second row as second column, third row as third column, that will not help you. Interchanging the rows and columns will also not help you. Third one, that is no row or column is identical. Fourth one, you cannot take any common outside. Fifth one, it is not expressed any one of the as a sum of two or more than two elements. So obviously we have to use the sixth property. Your sixth property is this one. Ri is replaced by Ri plus Krj. Or in case of column also, Ci is replaced by Ci plus Kcj. In this case you see, you have k is non-zero constant. Now if you see, if I subtract 1 from 1, we will get 0. That means here we will apply. Here your k will be equal to minus 1. That means your property, one more thing, in the same step, within one step you can apply two properties, not more than two, if it's a determinant of order 3. So I'll go to apply here. R1 is replaced by R1 minus R2. In that case what we'll have? First row is this one and second row is this one. So I'm just subtracting this. So it will give you 1 minus 1. This is A minus B. This one minus this one. Corresponding element A square minus B square. Similarly, one more step I can use here. That is what? Again if I subtract 1 minus 1, then also it will give you 0. So let us replace row 2 by using row 2 minus row 3. Don't apply row 2 replaced by row 2 minus row 1. because in that case always you'll have the answer is 0. Row 2 minus row 1 and row 1 minus row 2 is the same. Okay, so take row 2 with another row or column other than 1, R1. So obviously R3 you have to take. So let us subtract it. 1 minus 1, this is B minus C, this row minus this row. And here we'll have what? B square minus C square. And no more property we can apply in this set, the 1C C square. Now you see, here this can be simplified. I'm writing this step here on this side, okay? So here 1 minus 1 will give you 0, A minus B, you keep it as it is. Then you have A square minus B square. You can apply formula. So what is the value we will have? It is A plus B into A minus B. This is the property we can apply. Then here it will be 0. This is B minus C. Again B square minus C square can be written as B plus C into B minus C. Okay, keep the third row as it is. You see, I am applying properties in row. That's why I am writing the result in terms of row. Now you see your first row. This is A minus B is common present in the first row second column element and the first row third column element. You can think like this. The 0 is also multiplied with A minus B. You can think like that. 0 if you multiply with A minus B, the result will be 0. So I can think that A minus B is present in with 0 also. That means A minus B is common in the first row. So let us take common, that is applying the fourth property. You see, you have to remember all the properties together. Okay, then only you will understand which property you can apply in that step, particular step. So I'm just grabbing this. Okay, now I'm going to take common A minus B from the first row. If I take common A minus B from the first row, what is left in the first row? You see, 0 will be there. It can be considered as 1 into A minus B, so 1 will be there. Then here A minus B is taken common, so what is left? A plus B. In the same way, from the second row also, I can take common B minus C. Then what is left here? 0, 1, and this is B plus C. Keep the third column, third row as it is. Okay, this is done. Hope you understand it. After this, you see our aim is to get maximum numbers of zeros. We have got 2 zeros out of in any row or column. Okay, now I can apply one more property to get this minus this will 0. So let us apply this property R1 replaced by R1 minus R2. Always mention the property what you have used. So this will be equal to what? A minus B, B minus C. When I replace R1 minus R2, you can do it directly if you want, or otherwise you can write down it also. 1 minus 1, this is first row, this is second row. 0 minus 0, this is 1 minus 1. Here it will be equal to what? A plus B minus B minus C. So keep these others as it is, because if I again subtract, that will not help you. The result will not simplify, so I am just keeping it as it is. Okay, and after this now again simplify, which will be equal to A minus B, B minus C. This is 0, 0, this B and B will be cancelled out. A minus C will be left. This is 0, 1, B plus C, 1, C, C square. Now you see, you can now expand, because you have got 2 zeros out of 3 elements in a particular row or column. In terms of first row also, if you want, you can expand, or in terms of first column also, you may expand it. Generally, we prefer the first row, so let us expand in terms of first row. You don't have to write down anything if you expand it in terms of first row. Other than the first row, if you apply the first column or expand in terms of the second row, second column, you mention. Okay, don't have to write down anything if you expand it in terms of the first row. So, hope you remember how to expand it. First, I am writing 0, then you have to delete this row and the column. What is left? 1C, B plus C, C square. This is the way. Then again, I have to give minus, then delete the first row and the second column. First row, second column deleting, what is left? 1, 0, 1, B plus C and C square. Then we have to write down A minus C. A minus C, when you write down, first row, third column you delete, what is left? 0, 1, 1, C. This is 0, 1, 1, C. This is done. Now, this will be equal to what? A minus B, B minus C. 0 into something will give you 0. Actually, without writing this also, we can do it. I just want to show you that how to expand. That's why I'm writing this step. Without this also we can write down, without writing this 2, because this will give you 0, don't have to write down. Minus 0, again I am not going to write. What is left there? A plus c will be there. And here, let us expand. It will be equal to what? 0 into c minus 1 into 1. This is the way of expansion of second order. This into this into this. Then what is left here? A minus b, b minus c, a minus c. This is 0 minus 1. Now you see in your answer we need a minus b, b minus c, c minus a. I don't require a minus c. So let us adjust this minus sign with the third term. That means multiply the third term by minus sign. That will give you a minus b, b minus c. This is c become positive, so c minus a, which is your right hand side, and this completes the proof of this result. Hope you understand the procedure. Okay. Now I'm going to this next question, number 8.8 or 8.2. Question number 8.2. Okay, let us proceed to the next question. Your second question number 2 of 8 is, your first row is 1, 1, 1. This is your first row, 1, 1, 1. The second row is A, B, C. Third row, A cube, B cube, C cube. And your right hand side is A minus B, A minus B, B minus C, C minus A, and then A plus B plus C. This is your second question of 8. Okay. Now obviously hope you understand that we have to proceed from the left hand side. So I'll go to write down your left hand side and let us apply the property. Okay. I just run it. Now let us write down your left hand side. After writing the left hand side, this is 1a, a cube, 1b, b cube, 1c, c cube. Okay, this is your left hand side. You remember your right hand side is a minus b, b minus c, c minus a, and a plus b plus c. So I have to get this one. And this question, if you see properly, by inspection we understand that if I subtract 1 minus 1, then it is possible to get a 0, because if any row or column all the elements are equal, then subtracting will get a 0. That is a sixth property we can apply. Okay, so I am applying here. In the previous question I applied a property in the row, and when you apply the properties of determinant to get the answer, you see in the same question you can apply row and column transformation both. So I am applying here column 1 replaced by column 1 minus column 2, and also I will go to apply column 2 replaced by column 2 minus column 3. You can write down here or above this also, same thing. So it will give you 1 minus 1, column 1, this is column 1, this is column 2, corresponding element. I have applied the last property. So it is a minus b, this is a cube minus b cube. One more property I have applied here, this is 1 minus 1, b minus c, b cube minus c cube. And I can write down the third column as it is. This is your third column. Then what is left here? Let us write down. This will be 0. Simplify, obviously we have to do 0. This is again 0. It is 1. Here a minus b, you keep it as it is. B minus c, and this is c. Now you see I can apply this formula. Hope you remember a cube minus b cube. What is the formula? It is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. This formula you have got in algebra. So let us apply it. This can be written as a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Here also b cube minus c cube can be written as b minus c, b square plus bc plus c square, and this is what? C cube. Now if you see properly, your first column has a minus b common, because 0 can be considered as 0 into a minus b, as I told you some time before. Okay, so if I think that 0 is multiplied with a minus b, then a minus b will common from the first column. Similarly, b minus c is coming common from the second column. So let us take it common. What is left in that case? Let us write down. This is a minus b is coming common from the first column. B minus c is coming common from the second column. What is left in the first column? 0, 1. It is a square plus ab plus b square. This is 0, 1. This is 1 in here. B square plus bc plus c square, and it is 0. Sorry, this 1c c cube. Okay. Then, okay, let us wrap this part. Okay. After this, you see, again if I apply column 1 replaced by column 1 minus column 2, this minus this, just to see one element and decide what is the property you are going to apply. So I am again going to apply C1 replaced by C1 minus C2. So applying that, first you don't forget to write down A minus B, B minus C. Applying this minus D directly, you can also apply if you want. It will be 0. This is 1 minus 1 will give you 0. What about this? You see, A square plus AB plus B square minus B square plus B square minus B square will be cancelled out. So what is left? A square plus AB, this is cancelled out, minus BC minus C square. Okay, and then keep the second and the third column as it is. I am writing the property here, C1 replaced by C1 minus C2. So this is what? 0, 1, B square plus BC plus C square, 1C, CQ. Okay, and then if you want, you can simplify this. This can be simplified, factorized. You have A square plus AB minus BC minus C square. You can simplify if you want, or otherwise, as we have got 2 zeros out of 3, we can expand, and after expansion also we can break up it, that is factorize it. So let us first expand, then I will go to 0. I am not writing this deleting row in the column because 0 is multiplied with any number will give you 0. Similarly, this is also 0. So I have not written anything. Plus 1. So deleting the row and the column, what is left? 0. This is A square plus AB minus BC minus C square, and 1. B square plus BC plus C square. This is done. After this, next step, this is your A minus B, B minus C. On multiplication, this is 1. On multiplication, this will be 0. Minus this into this will get. So what will we have? A square minus AB plus BC plus C square. Let us now factorize it. Okay. So first you write down it A minus B. This is B minus C. Now you see, if I combine this together, that means I can bring like this. C square minus A square. Also I am writing B plus C first, then A minus B. Factorization is similar with algebraic expression as you have done earlier. Okay. So here it can be written as C minus A, C plus A. Here B is coming common, C minus A will be there. And then we will have A minus B, B minus C. Here from these two expressions, C minus A will come out. Then what is left inside bracket? C plus A plus B, which can be written as A plus B plus C. Hence we have got the right hand side, and this result is proved. Okay, hope you understand the procedure, how to get it. Now I'll proceed to question number 7. Okay. Your question number 7 is, I'm writing first the question, that is your first element is A square, then we have AB, this is AC, next we have BA minus B square, BC, CA, CB minus C square, and the right hand side is your 4A square, B square, C square. So this is your question number 7. Obviously, hope you understand that I'll proceed from the left hand side. Okay. Actually, you see, if you directly don't know that which property we are going to apply, then do one thing, one by one you check. After doing few questions, you will understand directly that which property I can apply. So I am writing your left hand side, which is minus A square, AB, AC, this is BA, CA, minus B square, CB, carefully write down, BC minus C square. Now you see, here if you notice properly, the first row has A common, so I can take common. Any row or column has a common element, we can take it outside. So we can take common A from the first row. Similarly, B from the second row and C from the third row. So I am taking A common from the first, B, C from the second and the third. What is left? A taking common. Minus A, here A is taking common, so B is left and here C. Here I am taking common B, so here A left, minus B and here C. Third row I am taking common C. So what is left? A, B minus C. Now hope you understand what we are going to do the next step. Yes, obviously I am taking common A, B, C from the column now. So A become A square. Then what is left here? Minus 1, 1, 1. And B become B into B square. So this is 1 minus 1. And again this is 1. Then C becomes C square. When you take it common, it becomes 1, 1, 1, 1 and minus 1. Now, just by seeing the question, we understand that if I add column 1 with column 2, minus 1 plus 1 will give you 0. So it is possible for us to get 0. So what I am going to do now? I am going to add column 1 and column 2. That means let us replace it like this. Column 1 replaced by column 1 plus column 2. Then what will obtain? Don't forget to write down it. Again and again I tell you. Column 1 plus column 2. Minus 1 plus 1 gives you 0. Minus 1 plus 1 gives you 0. 1 plus 1 will give you 2. Keep the other also we can apply this to add. Okay. So I am applying column 2 replaced by column 2 plus column 3. Because we have 2 zeros again we can get. 1 plus 1 will equal to 2. This is 0. This is 0. 1, 1, minus 1. Now you see, if you want, you can expand it in terms of first column. Because we have two numbers 0. Two number of 0 in the first column. So let us expand it by using the first column. Okay. So after this, let us write down now. Expanding along, because as I told you, other than the first row, if you expand, write down in terms of which we are going to expand. Expanding along column 1. What will have? It is A square, B square, C square. You see the symbols you have to see. This is the first element. So it will be positive. And here it is, position is, what is the position? The position is number 2, 1, negative. Positive, negative, positive. So I'll give 0 minus 0 plus 2. 0, we'll throw in a column. We have to write down that, but without writing also we'll have the same thing. So 2 when I write, delete third row, first column. What is left? 2, 1, 0, 1. This is done. Then it will be equal to A square, B square, C square. Don't have to write down 2 zeros. That is 2. What is left here? 2, 1 there. 2 minus 0. What is that? This is equal to 4. A square, B square, C square, which is your right hand side, and this completes the proof. Hope you understand the procedure of doing this solution. Okay. Now we can proceed to question number 9. And just wrap these things. You see your question number 9 is, I am writing here the question number 9. You have here x, y, z. This is x square, y square, z square. yz, it is what zx, and then xy. Your answer to get x minus y minus z, z minus x, and next is xy plus yz plus zx. So what we have to do? First you have to proceed from the left side. Now see one by one, can you apply the first property? Will you help? That will not help you. Interchanging not help you. No element is common. Okay, not identical. So I have to again proceed to the sixth property. That is, you subtract. You see your right hand side, you need x minus y minus z, z minus x. Then if I subtract row 1 minus row 2, it is possible for us to get what? X1 minus x2. So I am using here row 1 replaced by row 1 minus row 2, and again I will replace row 2 by using row 2 minus row 3. So let us take our left hand side and proceed to that. Okay. So here I just wrap this right hand side. You have book. You can see from book I have given the question number from exercise this one. So I am writing left hand side. And then I am applying here. I just apply what? Row 1 replaced by row 1 minus row 2, and again row 2 replaced by row 2 minus row 3. Let us see what we have. This is x minus y, first row. This is second row. It is x square minus y square. This is yz minus zx. Second row. This is y minus, second row minus third, y minus z. Okay. This is y minus z. It is y square minus z square. This is zx minus xy. No more property we apply in the same step. Keep this third row as it is. So we have got it. Okay. Now hope you understand what to do. You simplify this second and the third column. Don't have to do anything on the first column. So keep the first column as it is and simplify your second and the third column. So here we can write down the first column as x minus y, y minus z. This is z. It can be written as x minus y into x plus y. This is y minus z into y plus z. It is z square. Here I can take common z. I need x minus y common, so I am writing minus z common. Okay? Because then x will come out. X minus y. Here also I need y minus z. So minus x I am taking common. Minus x taking common, we will have what? Y minus z. You decide yourself that because it will help you. Otherwise, without taking that one common also, minus sign common also, we can write down y minus x. But in the next step, in that case, we will have what? Minus 1. So x minus 1 now coming common from the first row. Y minus z is coming common from the second row. Then what is left in the first row? 1 x plus y minus z. Here 1 y plus z. This is minus x. Z square xy. It is done. Okay. So after this, you see we have got two of your expression, required expression. But after that, what we'll do? If you see, you have two ones. So subtracting row 1 minus row 2, it is possible to get at least 1 0. So let us apply the property row 1 replaced by row 1 minus row 2. Then here with what we have? X minus y, y minus z. This is 1 minus 1, 0. Here x plus y minus z. Y will cancel out. So what is left? X minus z. Here also subtracting minus z minus plus x. So can be written as x minus z. And this is 1. Don't have to do anything now. Y plus z minus x. Z square xy. Because I have seen here x minus z is coming common. So I'll take common x minus z. This is x minus y. Y minus z. Taking x minus z common. What we'll have? 0, 1. This is x minus z I can take common. So here what we have? 1. This is 1 z. Y plus z. Z square minus x xy. Okay? Again I see that these 2 minus will give you 0. So I will go to apply again the property. What will do? Column 1 and it is present in column 2. So column 1 minus column 2 we will apply. So let us apply now column 1 replaced by column 1 minus column 2. This is what is have here? X minus y, y minus z, x minus z. Keep this other columns. Oh, sorry, it is column 2 minus column 2 replaced by column 2 minus column 3. Okay, because I am applying here. This is first column as it is. I am applying here. This minus this will give you 0. This minus this will give you y plus z plus x. Minus give you 0. Z square minus xy. Okay, keep it as it is. 1 minus x xy. Now you can expand now because we have got 2 zeros out of 3. So let us expand. Simplification also you can do, but without doing that also you can expand because you have got 2 zeros out of 3. So 0 0 we have got 1. I am writing 1. This is what? 1 z y plus z plus x z square minus xy. This is determinant. Now I have to expand this determinant for the 2. Let us now apply or expand it. X minus y, y minus z, x minus z. Expansion will give you, this is 1 into z square minus xy. So z square minus xy. Minus, listen to this, will give you minus zy minus z square minus zx. Okay, minus zy and this is cancelled out. Minus sign if you take common, x minus y, y minus z, minus sign taking common, I adjust with this. It can be written as z minus x. Okay, see it properly. And here what is left? X plus y plus z, oh yes, yz, and which is your right hand side. Okay, today I stop here. Next class I will do the other solution of this question. Exercise 4.2. Thank you.